In this lab, we're going to reproduce the following PT, VT, and AT graph with the smart card on the SparkView app. So basically what you do is after you reproduced your graph, you need to screenshot the graph and paste the graph on the following page and describe how you did it, how you moved the card. And all of the graphs can be made with a single straight track. So I have an example here, like this first one, original graph, PT graph is a horizontal line at position 0. And then this is my reproduce graph right here. So you can see it's exactly the same, and I also described how I did it, leave the card at rest on the track. Let me actually show you. So what you need to do for this one is basically leave the card on the track, and then you can just click on start. Oh, by the way, you may want to zero your position, zero sensor, and start. And there you are. That's your graph. Zoom out. Right, there's your PT graph. Then you can take a screenshot. By the way, a better way to take screenshot is to use the Windows Shift and S key. So let me type it over here. So use Windows plus Shift plus S. Okay, and so you can screenshot only a part of the graph, not the entire window. Let me actually show you. So Windows Shift S, and you can just take maybe just this part, right? Then copy paste onto the Word document. So you don't have to screenshot the entire screen, otherwise it's gonna look too small, right? Only screenshot part of it. All right, so let me actually show you some other examples as well. I won't tell you how I did it, but I just want to show you it's possible. For example, number 6, and let's go back to the SparkView app, and then let's start. All right, this is not bad. If you zoom in, and you may notice you only want a part of the graph, not the entire graph. Okay, so for example, you may only want, let's see, maybe this part of the graph, right? Which matches the original graph better. The rest of the graph you can still copy paste to the Word document, but I want you to circle or rectangle the part that you want, because like we're controlling the smart card with our hands, right? It's hard to, especially in the beginning and the end, you kind of have to start from 0 and end 0, which may not be necessarily the case with the original graph. So I'm not too picky about the starting and the ending. As long as somewhere along the way you get a graph, that is fine. And I want you to circle it or rectangle it. And of course, you have to explain exactly what you did to get that part of the graph. All right, so this is the number 6. Let me do a VT graph. How about number 10? All right, this is not bad. And you can see I'm gonna take this part of the graph as my number 10. But again, you can screenshot the entire thing. Like you can screenshot the whole thing, right? But highlight this part in the blue rectangle so that I know this part is what I need to look at. And again, it's because it's hard to, you're not a robot, right? You cannot control it perfectly. as long as part of the screen matches the graph, and you explain during that what you did to achieve that part of the graph. All right, and once you finish the 12 graph, you can also do some challenge with your friend, and you can just come up with graphs that you know is possible to get and you know how to get, and challenge your friend to do it. Like I also have a spring over here, and you can have a stand, you can make a slope, stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to mention that, especially for the position time graph, the initial position doesn't have to match exactly, as long as the shape match. For example, like number 5, if you get something like this, that's totally fine. Because with a smart card, it's kind of tricky to have initial position non-zero. It's easier just to zero sensor as the beginning. That's why I'm not too picky about your initial position, as long as the general shape match.